Hey everybody, Tim back again. Thought I'd do another video because of the contest that Jeff Kempin is having over on his channel. He just hit over 100 subscribers. Fantastic feat, congratulations. Been watching some of your videos. I am a recent subscriber, but I've been really enjoying what I've been seeing from you. Watching some of your top 100 videos and just overall pickups and things like that. Really like your style, and I thought I'd jump in on the board. Like I said, have heard about you, but I am a newer subscriber, so I did try to watch some things before I participated, just because I wanted to get to know you a little bit better. And you really have an awesome taste, and probably one of the reasons why I'm starting to listen to Neil Young again, on top of people like Lisa and Andy over Andy's Vinyl Den, David Michael over his channel. I owe you guys an apology, and I kind of gave you one in the last video. So anyway. So the challenge was that he was having a lot of milestones that involved the number 8 around. Started, with his job, and just it just seemed like everything was falling into place, that 8 was the magic number. So he challenged everyone to show 8 albums, which I have, that end in the year with 8. So I put them in chronological order. We're going to run from 58 to 88 with my collection. I had a 12-inch for 98, but I wanted to do albums. I wanted to kind of keep it more of the full length as opposed to just showing a single. So the first one I have, not the oldest record I have, but it's pretty up there. This is the Ahmad Jamal trio. This is at the Pershing, but not for me. This is an original press. It's quite noisy, which is frustrating for a jazz record. But I'm starting my jazz journey, as I like to call it. So whenever I see them even cheap, I try to pick them up so I can learn styles, and finding that smooth jazz is okay. I like the more adventurous side, but once it gets into free jazz, really not for me. But anyway, I digress. This is kicking off with Ahmad Jamal, 1958. And I will warn you, some of these selections are not normal. That's okay, it's the fun, right? So 1968, a great time in the 60s. And I showed this before, so I'm going to show it again. It's going to love it. It's Donovan in concert in 1968. I'm a sucker for Donovan. Fantastic voice. Just a pure psychedelic enjoyment. And really anything I see, I'm going to grab, even if I already have it, if it's cheap. Frankenstein things together, share it. I don't care. I really enjoy Donovan. So that one is, but I have another one from 1968, and this one's a little bit off the beaten path, and that makes it fun. So I love Mel Brooks. To me, he's one of those few, and I don't use the term a lot, but he's a true comedy genius. And I was raised on Mel Brooks. I was a kid, young kid, probably younger than I should have been when I saw Blazing Saddles for the first time. I pretty much can quote Spaceballs front to back. So obviously the Producers is going to fall in my wheelhouse. And when I saw this, I had to have it, because not only does it have some of the music, it has some of the dialogue. It's a great movie. I actually even enjoyed the remake, but this to me holds a special spot in my heart, as all Mel Brooks movies do, because the man's gold. So 1968, The Producers soundtrack. So now we're going to move into the 70s, 1978. And what 70s collection isn't complete without some ACDC? I'm a huge Bon Scott fan. I prefer Bon over to the Brian Johnson years. I'm not saying I don't like them. I just, if I'm gonna grab something, it's gonna be Bon. And this album is no exception. Everything they put out during the Bon Scott years, to me, was gold. And I remember having this on cassette, played the hell out of it. Glad to have it on vinyl. ACDC's Power Age, 1978. But wait. There is another 1970s album. The 1978 also brought in the era of disco. And with disco brought a lot of different things that happened in that time frame. As with any fad, and yes, I hate to say disco was a fad, even though it still lives and it has a spot in my heart too, it didn't last long, comparatively speaking, until the backlash of everyone said disco sucks. But while it was big, everybody wanted a slice. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. This is Sesame Street Fever from 1978. It is their rendition of disco with such classics as Rubber Ducky, C is for Cookie, and Sesame Street Fever. Yes, I own this. No, it is not a guilty pleasure. I'm proud to own this. So that should probably tell you something about the person you're watching. He's not right in the head, kids. So be prepared. 1978. One more from the 1978 era. I'm a huge Beatles fan. I think a lot of us are. So anything that you're going to get at the offshoots, Lennon, McCartney, Harrison, Starr, we're probably going to grab. So I'm glad to have this 1978 compilation of some of their finest works on one vinyl. Just in the mood for the hits, give it a spin. Great time. 1978, Wings' greatest. So now we're going to move into the 80s, 1988. The great band X. This was live at the Whiskey A Go Go, 2-record set. All their big stuff. One night. It's going to tear the walls down. Great listen. Really enjoy it. As you can tell, I listen to all different types of music. Anything that's going to get my foot tapping or anything else. This really isn't more tapping. It's more like slam dancing. But whatever. So X, live at the Whiskey A Go Go in 1988. And what 80s collection would not be complete without the 5-star record by Mr. Robert Plant, now in Zen. I give this record some help because it did suffer from the 80s production that has been discussed before. But that being said, it wasn't a horrible album. In fact, it was quite comical that by this point, they had kind of put the kibosh on sampling Zeppelin. And he said, well, if anyone's going to sample Zeppelin, it's going to be me. Hence the hit Tall Cool One. The other reason this album holds a soft spot in my heart is that this was the first time that I had seen anyone from Led Zeppelin live. No, I take that back. I completely forgot about Live Aid. Okay, so this was the first time I saw Robert Plant solo, in February 1st and only. But what made the night even more magical was that Joan Jett opened up. So by the time Robert Plant had hit the stage, we were already destroyed by the magic that is Joan Jett. But still had a chance to see him, I won't say in his prime, but, still had the pipes. And it was just a great night. And yes, he did Tall Cool One, and we kind of laughed a little, but we sang along anyway, because it's Robert Plant, and you don't tell him he sucks. But, again, soft spot in my heart, I gotta have this album. I'm glad to have it. So 1988. So there's my 8. I don't have a lot of 98, 2008. I wasn't buying vinyl then. In fact, I was buying CDs, and I wanted to keep it vinyl. Besides, my CDs are in another room, and that's upstairs, and family's sleeping, and I don't want to make a lot of noise. That being said, I think I showed some doozies and gave some people an insight into my psyche, so I apologize for that, and there's no going back at this point. You let me in. It's your fault, not mine. Anyway, Jeff, you have an amazing channel. I love your personality. I love what you have to show, and I think that you're going to be a great addition to the VC for years to come, so I'm looking forward to seeing you continually show your finds and talk music. And it was an honor to participate. So thank you. Have a wonderful night. To hundreds and hundreds more subs. Take care.